In this video, I'll do a quick overview of what HTML, CSS and JavaScript is. And I'll do that by creating this simple example where you click at this button here and the text changes to Hello World. So hopefully creating this example you'll have an overview of what the three web dev languages does. So let's get started. I'll just do, first thing I want to do is create HTML file, index.html. So this is where all of the content of our web page will go. So think of HTML as where you have all of your text, images, things like this that you'll put in here in the website to show. So let me show you. The first thing I want to do is create a boilerplate. Let me show you what this would look like right now. Put this to the side and put this to the other side. So the first thing you see here is called title. This is where the title in here will show. So let's call this as Hello World. The body is where all of the content of your web page will go. So for this one, what I want to do is create a h1 tag. We will have the title. We start by saying click button below and give an emoji here as well. Other thing I want to do is create a button below it. It says click me. Give these classes, call this button. I want to wrap this in div, both of them. So Command X. I want to give this a class as well. Call this Hello World HW. So this is the content of our web page. As you can see, just click the button, click me, which is quite basic button that we have here. So you can do many other things in here, but for now we just keep it simple. So HTML, just think of HTML as a content for the web page. The other thing you want to do is creating styling this sheet, and we call style.css. So we want to style this, make it look a bit better. So what we can do is want to first link this. So at the moment if I do body background color red, nothing happens. That's because we need to link this back to HTML. You can do that right below it. You can have a link. We say style.css. So when I click here, it should update. So the entire body, the background color for it is red. Obviously this is not something we want. So what we want to do is instead we want to give this width. At the moment it's going all the way 100%. We're going to change the body width to 50%. Let's try that. You won't see it, but when you click inspect and go over the body, you can see it's gone smaller. Before when it's 100% it's all the way, but when you apply the 50% it's only 50% of the page. 50%. We want to add margin of 100 pixel to the top, top and bottom, and left and right we want to keep it auto. So this has given it a margin on the top, which is 100, and kept it in the center for us. you can play around by changing the design of this. We can have a font family, or sans serif. We can display grid. So I'll give it a grid format. So we change the font family and we give it a grid style, as you can see. So this is the body and there's a grid. What we can do is this grid on a far, make it one column. We can align the item center. We can also text align center. There you go. Obviously this is going all the way 100%. You can change this. Start designing button. Give it a width of 30%. That should change, but we want this to be in the center. So what we can do is give it a margin of top and bottom of 20 pixel and left right is auto. Change it. Yep. We can also do is give it a height of 50 pixel, font size 30 pixel. See, we want to change the border as well to nothing, so border none. That should be gone. I change the color, sorry, the background color. Pick this background color. That looks good. And at the moment when you hover over it, nothing happens, so I want cursor to be pointer. So this looks good. But still, when I hover over it, I want the color to change. So for it to look a bit better, what I do is add a pseudo class of hover. Do background color. I'm gonna pick the same one. Then we can click here. You can go a bit darker here. Maybe a bit more dark. Yep. So I'll hover it, and I want to change the text to white so it looks better. So if I hover over it, it changes like this. It's like the example I showed before. So this is where you, in the CSS, you style your web page, and HTML you add the content. And the last thing you want to do is have JavaScript to make this work. So the moment when you click, nothing happens. So the moment this is might be good for static web pages, but if you want to make this a bit more live, you can use JavaScript for that. So what we can do here is, what I want to do is when I click, I want the text to change. We can do is as follows. So I want to select document dot query selector. I'm going to select the button, which I called btn. So button. Once I select it, because it's a class, I have to put a dot in there. Then I want to add event listener. I want to add event listener of click. So this will look for a click. Once I press click on it, I want it to play this function for me. And the function is as follows. A function should do is when I click at this button, it should change the text in H1 to say hello world. Let's do that. Document dot reselector. H1. I wanted it to select the inner text and HTML, and I wanted to say world. So let's try this out. Something wrong here. Document dot add click. They're looking for a click. When you click document dot h1, maybe refresh. The reason it doesn't work is we haven't linked it, just like we've done it for the CSS. So we have to link this with index HTML. So we do that at the end here. Script, go to the source. Yes, that should work. There you go. But once you click here, what I want to do is I want to click again and go back to start instead of refreshing. So if you refresh, I close this down, click, I can't go back other than refreshing. So what we can do is we can create an F statement. So do that. So do let btn click false. So what I want to happen is if btn is false, as in this exclamation means this is false, which makes it true. If it is true, then I want this to play. I want this to play. So the start, it will be false, so it will say hello world. When you refresh, it will have this, it will be false. When you click, then once it's true, I want to make the text as true. So once this is played, this will be true. Else, if it's not true, it's false, which at the end click, then I want the following to play. I want it to say the same thing it said in here. So I want to copy this. There you go. And once it says this, it's no longer true or false. Turn this back into false for it to check again. So let's test this out. Refresh, click, click again. There you go. So our web page has come to life. So this is what JavaScript does.